Here's some of the responses from people who have completed the course over the last few years.
They explained the role of a mentor and what a mentor does and how to go about mentoring. And one of the interesting things is I'd been a mentor field officer for 18 months, and I walked into that course thinking I would know the majority of that course, and really I knew nothing.
It basically gave me a lot of reinforcement that what I was doing was down the correct path, but it also gave me tools that I didn't have. It gave me a lot of cultural awareness, and that is something that I really wanted, because a large percentage of my caseload are Indigenous people.
Found it very informative because you don't understand what mentoring entails until you actually participate in a mentoring course. And it was great for me because I'd been doing Indigenous employment as the IEC coordinator and employment officer for a provider, CDP provider, for 4 years, and I'd never ever taken the approach that I was taught during that training.
The trainers all, very professional, and they, not just that, they obviously had the life experience and the stories that they could tell and relate with us, sort of thing, and it just helped put everything into a bigger picture.
It was easy for them to explain what the course was going to be about and what it will do for you in reality when you go back to your community, to Maningrida, and how will you develop your skills towards the community and show it to them. And I've learned so much here, and it was good, and I enjoyed it.
Yeah, so this course has helped me with heaps of new ideas that I didn't really think about or look into them really deep. I didn't really look deep down into some of the reasons why they have that, or looking at it from a different perspective and having everybody else's input as well. It was, really, really good. So I've got heaps of ideas from this course. It's been great.
I did more in finding out that you have to be structured in mentoring, even though you may be doing it without realising it. It's important to build your rapport, and with right lines of questioning to find out what is really going on, and in most situations probably more is happening than you first think if you just skirt over an issue.
The most important thing I learnt during the Indigenous Mentor course was really about Aboriginal culture, and in particular how the cultural issues create barriers to employment.
It's really good, opened my eyes up. You don't really think of mentoring as being that in-depth, but it is. Just every step we went through I thought was beneficial, and it really related to what mentoring is all about. So I think it will. I know it will help me.
Being a mentor, and it gives me great responsibility to actually go out there and get these young people to get them motivated, get their life on track, and sort of like give them sort of a role model where they look at me and say, look, I'm the person to see if you need a hand in the workplaces or things like that.
I was just amazed, probably because I was realising that I was really doing a lot of things wrong, and that could have really jeopardised me losing clients, and especially Indigenous ones too. Yeah. So with practically everything and the way they delivered the course, it was light bulbs coming on all the time of how I was relating what they were saying to all of my different clients, like how I could use these skills, and I just couldn't wait to get back out there and correct it.
Doing this mentoring course, teaches you have to dig a little bit deeper, because sometimes the kids won't always just come out with it straight away. So, you know, rapport building and all that, you know, it's really, really helpful. I think I'll certainly be referring to my manual and what I've learnt this week. Yeah.
I came back from that mentoring course with a whole different approach to our clients, our CDP participants, and it opened my eyes to look more closely at what are the most underlying issues and how do we get to that and how do we make them confront those issues and deal with them and get them ready still to move into employment.
I've learned more how to relate to people with problems and how to develop mentoring with the Yolngu people in the community.
One of the most important things that I got out of the course was the ability to really ask the right sort of questions and to keep questioning until you can actually drill down to what the issue is. Because until you do that, you're not actually going to be able to help solve the problem. So the course actually gives you techniques in questioning, listening, paraphrasing, so that you can actually really investigate with your mentee what's going on in their lives.
And I just couldn't wait to get out there and use it. And I know everyone who's done the course, they still compliment what they've learned and how well it was delivered. I recommend it to anyone. I recommend it to everyone, actually. Even some of the things that I've learnt from that course I've implemented into my own home, about the change and the conflict resolution and the way you handle things. And it really helped me because a lot of the things that they covered in the course was actually happening for clients of mine out in the workplace. They were going through major changes, there were conflicts in the workplace, and he just gave me all the tools and knowledge to deal with that.
It's really opened my imagination to think outside the square and lots of things that I wouldn't have thought about. And I thought the content of the course was really helpful. I can take all that stuff away with me as well, and to be able to teach other people, take that with me.
Yeah, and I think it will really, really benefit, because I think the kids will get more out of it too, because I'm asking them the right things and getting more information so we can help them better, and if they're better, well, it all works out for everybody, doesn't it?
What I found out in this course is that I've been doing, it has helped me a lot to realise that we need people to come out, do these courses with ETO, and it's really good fun, and you get to learn a lot of things that you wouldn't out in the open world.
But I just think it's a really good course, and whilst it is predominantly for Indigenous clients, I think that it was really across the board, and it would suit just about everybody within our industry.
There was five of us that actually participated, and we all walked away with a whole different perspective of what mentoring is and how you go about achieving valuable outcomes for keeping people retained in employment, basically.
They're so sensitive and culturally appropriate, and yet they can be, like in the class we were in, there were young and old, there was Indigenous and non-Indigenous, male and female, from all walks of employment, and these trainers related to everyone in the classroom. Everyone really appreciated what they got, and the way they were talking about them and the course was just, it was really good.
If anyone was gonna put their hand up to do this course, I'd say, look, go for it, mate. You'll enjoy it much as I did.